Hi, I'm Lynn Morgan, your slipper-shod pastor. Have you ever been in a relationship where jealousy became a problem? Well, jealousy can really be erosive of the quality of a relationship. And whenever that green-eyed monster rears its ugly head, we pretty much know where the problem lies. It lies with the person who is experiencing the feelings of jealousy. Because jealousy emerges out of our own sense of insecurity, our neediness, and our feelings of inferiority. That's where jealousy comes from. And so it's troubling to me whenever I encounter God being described as a jealous God. I know of at least 6 occasions in the Hebrew scripture where God is called a jealous God. And I think to myself, that's really not a worthy emotion for the one who is all powerful and all knowing and always present to every place in the whole universe at once. How could you be needy or feel inferior or insecure in relationship? And so I think perhaps that is a sense that has been misattributed to God, that God couldn't feel jealous in the way that we feel jealous. It must be something else. And I think indeed it is. I think that when the scriptures say that God is jealous, we're not concerned with a fear that God has that God might lose us, but rather a concern that God has that we might lose ourselves. At the end of the movie City Slickers, Curly, the laconic nemesis of this movie, reveals that the secret of life is this one thing. If you get this one thing right, then nothing else matters. Of course, he doesn't define what the one thing is. That's for the seeker to discover. And I think that's what the jealousy of God is about. It's about having one thing, one focus in our life, not being scattered or divided, not being split within ourselves, but focused on one thing and following that one goal, that one purpose, that divine essence, and making it the heart of our living and the reason for our being. If we follow that one thing, that which is God, well, then everything else takes care of itself. God's not worried about losing us, but I think God cares very deeply that we don't lose ourselves in pursuing lesser things when God calls us to the one thing that matters, relationship with God.